Jimmy Fallon and Bradley Cooper had the audience roaring with laughter as they cracked up together on the stage. They started off with some light-hearted banter before they got serious. Cooper told a few jokes that he got from his friends, and Fallon had some funny comments in between. They kept up the energy in the room with various one-liners and quips back and forth. They had the crowd mesmerized with their comedic timing and sharp wit. Cooper even threw in a few physical gags that kept the laughs coming. Fallon was ready to take the comedic ring anytime. Together, they packed a punch and made the entire crowd chuckle along. Even those who were not able to follow the conversation still found themselves laughing. From there, they went off on an enjoyable ride through hilarious stories and some improvised scenarios. Fallon and Cooper kept up the energy in the room with wild expressions and jokes galore. Fallon was never too far behind and allowed Cooper's comedic energy to bloom. This particular interaction had the crowd cracking up and was truly a sight to behold. Together, the two of them continued to treat the audience with brilliant performances. They constantly engaged each other in a funny dialogue, while throwing in emotional pauses and building up laughs. Cooper told some jokes that touched on current events, and Fallon provided a witty analysis. They had the crowd in stitches, and some were even moved to tears. The duo were so in sync that the audience invariably forgot the time as they enjoyed a roller coaster of hilarious jokes and punchlines. Fallon and Cooper fed off each other's energy and had the room bursting into laughter. Even those who were not familiar with one of them could not help but crack a smile. The two stars showed their serious sides too, discussing important issues and debating them in a funny way. At one point, they had the audience in hysterics as they shared personal anecdotes. Fallon and Cooper's chemistry was undeniably special and made the most out of whatever scenario they were in. They continued their back and forth banter with ease, even if the subject was uncomfortable. Their natural charisma shone through and the audience could not help but be impressed. Together, they had the entire crowd erupting with laughter and applause. Fallon and Cooper created a truly memorable experience which will stay with their fans long after the performance. The audience can definitely look forward to more of their performances in the near future. Jimmy Fallon and Bradley Cooper sure know how to entertain and keep the audience guessing. Their chemistry on stage is extraordinary, and it's no wonder that people keep coming back for more. No one can deny the comedic brilliance between these two. They had the audience in a fit of laughter and still managed to keep everyone at the edge of their seats. Fallon and Cooper were in perfect unison, and it was like watching a well-choreographed act. Both actors had great timing and knew how to transition quickly from one joke to the next. It was a pleasure to see them interact, and the audience could easily relate to them. They spoke to each other using simple language, and it was like listening to two best buddies sharing a joke. The atmosphere was electric and there was an undeniable bond between them. Fallon and Cooper made it look like they had been working together for years. There was something special that happened between these two stars that night. They had the crowd in absolute stitches with their comedy. Fallon and Cooper took turns to share their stories and jokes with each other, but the real treat was in how they interacted and even often broke into laughter in the middle of them. It was something that can't be replicated, and it truly was a sight to behold. They made sure that the audience was enjoying it just as much as they were. The dynamic between Fallon and Cooper was one of a kind, and even their breaks in between jokes had the crowd laughing and applauding. They were so in sync with one another that it seemed like one actor was an extension of the other's mind. They could finish each other's sentences without missing a beat. The jokes that night were told with confidence and finesse. Fallon and Cooper were a match made in heaven when it came to comic timing.